See? I got all these impact gloves. They're good for something. Oh, we're out here roughing it, just like we're camping with everybody else. Could just go to the store over there. But that would be a funny infomercial if I can squeeze that together where we're just... I wanted to put that in that when I did that shuttler video. Like, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, and then I wanted to cut to looking across the trunk, and then there was somebody who was at Tim Hortons. Hey man, what's up? Hey? That would have been funny. Every time I watch that, I'm like, ooh, I needed that right there, and that would have been perfect. But anyways, camped out here by this slough. It's green. You can't get green water like that probably in most places you guys are watching from. So we are in Conklin, and we're gonna just, we got like another, did I already say this last night? I don't remember. 80 kilometers to where we're going. So, got another 15 minutes before I gotta get going. And, yeah, hopefully everything works out fine. The other guy's like, make sure you ditch all your drugs. I'm like, I ate them all. I didn't have any. I have some CBD gummies, that's it. Like, those aren't really technically drugs. So we'll giddy up. Maybe we'll get inspected and I get that on film. That would be cool. Garda World, checking out my stuff. I was careful, I just had COVID like 15 days ago. Alright, let's giddy up, let's go.
Hearing whispers in the night, voices filling up your mind. You're like a ghost of you. You've been drowning in the rain, slowly saving up the pain. So deep inside of you, see the colors of the sky slowly turn from black and white. A rising hope, bright as gold. And now there's nothing left to lose, so we're breaking all the rules. And they don't know what we know. Cause I can hear the thunder from afar, a lightning in the dark. I can feel the fire come alive, so calm before the storm, so dark before the dawn. Oh, I can see the fire in your eyes, in your eyes. Oh, I can see the fire in your eyes, in your eyes. Oh, I can see the fire in your eyes. Once you felt that burning flame, you're chasing stars alive. What was broken's left behind, watch it crumble in the light. Nothing can stop you now. See the colors of the sky slowly turn from black and white. A rising hope, bright as gold. And now there's nothing left to lose, so we're breaking all the rules. And they don't know what we know. Cause I can hear the thunder from afar, a lightning in the dark. I can feel the fire come alive, so calm before the storm, so dark before the dawn. Oh, I can see the fire in your eyes, in your eyes. Oh, I can see the fire in your eyes, in your eyes. Oh, I can see the fire in your eyes.
an idiot. Blows the stop sign coming out of Jackfish right in front of me. I passed him. And then he tried passing me again right away and almost gets in a head-on collision. And there he is again, passing me again. Like shit, man. If you're in that much of a rush, you can't stop at a stop sign in front of other people. Like, oh. What a moron. This would have been more convenient. Oh no, this came off. Fix that. Better invention than fix it. So yeah, that's what's inside both these tanks. It's a little windy. Apologize. It's almost too long. It is actually a little too long. You're like, sorry, can't hear you, the wind. You have to, hopefully this drops down enough when I deck it off. I don't have to pull them off the bed because we only got a single roll. I'll just shake the hell out of it. It probably won't go anywhere. So other than just messing around, I'm just gonna deck off. Either I'll grab the small bed that's at the shop, the 360, or we'll just drops down low enough. Like they're pretty long for my truck. So I don't know. Let's see what we come up with. Sticking out so far, I had to use 2 chains. Just over 10 feet wide. And some of them, the piece on the front, this one was longer than this one, so I paced it out when I got there. I'm like, dude, these are a little long. A little bit over. I'm all right on the back. I wonder where that guy's going. Red Deer? That's over. I'm 4 feet out the front, and you're only allowed 3.5, 3.2. Only about a quarter. Whoa. Have to get something on that. Keep on trucking. Getting hitchhikers. Where are my socks? Put your boots on. I'm gonna fire up this bad boy first. I was just gonna use the... Hello, thank you. Yo, how's it going now? All done, going home. Seemed like a day that wouldn't end fast enough. No, it wasn't that bad, honestly. It's just slow going. I had headwind, of course, always south, which a lot of coming from up there to home was south, so I didn't win a whole lot when I got to go either other direction either. So then I like burnt quite a bit of fuel. I'm like, oh, I'll fuel up here in Two Hills so I don't have to go into Lac La Biche and get fuel at the UFA. And shit, I was in the red when I got home. That's pretty ridiculous. 562 liters. Started to sweat a little bit like always. I'm like, oh man, it's got below a quarter and I still got another hour. Those things like to drink fuel, especially with having live hydraulics. It's not fuel efficient, and that motor is not fuel efficient either. But and I was gonna just use the loader to anchor it, and I fired up the loader. It was gonna start on chain, and boss comes down. He's like, I'll just pull it off you with the bed. And I didn't know that he must have just had it out because it was warmed up and it had air, didn't have to air it up or nothing. He just got in and started, rolled in behind me, and we hooked on and we just slurped him back until I got the one at the front back up the roll, which is nice because the whole front tank wasn't on. It's only got a single roll on that trailer, and even at that I had once the tank came off the roll, I had a hard time. I think the brakes might be kind of weak, like they need adjustment. I'm like, feels like they should be grabbing a lot more than they are, because I was cramming into the floor and I couldn't get it to budge. So it's a good thing I opt to take the high boy and not the low boy, that's for sure. If I would have took my low boy, I would have been screwed. But then it's like, oh well, you could have just had a pipe skid in the tank. Well, I'm like, I didn't know there was options. If I knew there was options, then I would have took option number B. I just thought we're like, I'm always there to please the customer. I don't want to not finish a job, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. I was like a foot over my length of what I was allowed. I'm like, well, it's not the end of the world. Really? What a douchebag. Now we know. He's like, oh, well, we have a longer high boy. I'm like, well, why didn't you send me with the longest one we had? Hello? I wonder how the cab over is doing. It's like, you gotta give me a hand. Someone needs to pull up on the window so I can push the button. I'm like, dude, you have like 4 mechanics down there, do you not? Like, just get your wash boy over there and pull up on it while I hit the switch. I think it's gonna have to be disassembled. No disassemble! Because it sounded, there was no bypassing of air either, so I'm like, dude, there's no air going there at all. But some gremlins, they'll have to be figured out. But anywho, that's my evening. Go home. Wife's like, oh, I got you a present. The river is low. She's like, what's it float? I'm like, there's no water to float the river. Be all like rocks, even though we do have the industrial strength floaties. We got like the tow behinds for behind the boat that have the neoprene wrap on them or whatever that is. And they work pretty good. Because we used to buy the party boats from Costco and stuff. We bought a few of those, and we're just like, whatever. It's like, it's on $200, $300. It was just like, and it wouldn't even last us the season because we'd get barged all the time. So I'm like, dude, we need to buy something a little more industrial. So now we're like popping out like $200 like inner tubes that are tow behinds, and then we got the 3-seater Sea-Doo one, which is pretty sweet. It's got the backrests, but I'm just tired of floating that river. We got to get further out of town and do some floating. Anyways, okay. Enough talk, I must drive before I kill somebody. We'll see you guys on the next trip.
Brunch time.
Uma ameaça foi detectada. Uma ameaça foi detectada.